Yo, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to post my updated showdown picks just because we got word a little bit ago that Durant is most likely going to play. And not only is he going to play, but he's not expected to be on any significant minutes restriction. So that obviously changes this entire showdown slate. On my last video that I posted, I expected Durant to not play. So obviously, this is going to change a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. Just going to run through some builds that I like. So before we get started, if you could drop a like and subscribe, I appreciate that. So there's a couple things that really changed with Durant back. I don't have any interest in Draymond now, who's at 15.9. If I was going to play anybody in this price range, I would play Durant. That's $900 cheaper than Draymond, or $600 cheaper than Draymond. And whenever the Warriors are healthy, Draymond really just gets pushed aside offensively. Like Draymond could have a big game with the rebounds, assists, and blocks and steals. But I think it's going to be tough for him to really explode at a 10-6 price tag now that Durant's back. And he's going to soak up a ton of usage. And Durant being back also brings down Steph Curry a little bit because during the postseason, whenever Durant was healthy, he was really kind of taken over. Steph Curry can still have a big game, but usually it's one of Durant or Curry has a big game. And with Curry kind of looking tired over the past couple games, I think Durant's more likely to have a bigger game if he plays a decent amount of minutes than Curry, and he's also much cheaper than Curry, so I don't mind Curry, but I kind of like Durant a little more than him. And I like Klay Thompson a bunch still. It doesn't really change anything with Thompson. His price tag is just very favorable at just $8,800. So I think I would still play Thompson. I would probably play Thompson over Curry just with the price decrease. Just with the price difference between the two. I still love Kyle Lowry here at 76. I don't have any interest in Van Fleet at 64. I like Gasol a little bit. I still like Gasol a decent amount at 6,000. Like, you could have a decent game there. He's been a lot better at home this postseason, so I don't mind Gasol. I don't have any interest in Kevon Looney at 5,600. Now that Durant's back, he's going to get even less minutes. I still like Iguodala a bunch. I expect the Warriors to run the Hamptons 5 lineup a lot. So I like Iguodala. I think he's going to still see a lot of minutes. Doesn't change anything about Serge Ibaka. I still like him a bunch at a 5,000 price tag, the way he's been playing. I think Cousins becomes even sneakier of a play than usual because he's going to probably get less minutes in this game with the Warriors probably running the Hamptons 5 a bunch. And even though his price tag is a lot cheaper, people just are kind of done with Cousins playing him on DFS. So I don't think he's going to be as popular at all. So I kind of think he makes for a sneaky play in tournaments. And I like Danny Green a bunch. And now I'm not going to be playing anybody below Danny Green just because I don't see them getting any minutes, any significant minutes to be any source of value, especially on the Warriors now that Durant's back. So now let's go ahead and run through a couple builds. I still really want to get Kawhi Leonard in all the lineups that I can. First build we'll look at is with Kawhi Leonard at captain, paired with Kevin Durant. Leaves with 5,500 left. So here you can go with a bunch of the value that we have down here with like Iguodala at 54. You have Danny Green at 4,400. You can go with Marc Gasol and then just kind of eat the salary and play Ibaka and just kind of eat $1,200 if you want. Or you can go up from Danny Green to Looney if you want, although I'd much rather be a little contrarian and just keep money on the table and play Danny Green over Looney just because I have him projected for more minutes and more fantasy points. Or you could play DeMarcus Cousins if you think he's definitely going to be lower owned than Danny Green, only $400 more than Danny Green. And Cousins can have a big game. We all know that. And if Danny Green struggles shooting the basketball, it's going to be tough for him to really put up fantasy points, and he's going to be very popular. So you get a leverage on the field if you go with Cousins over Danny Green. So that build was okay. I'm not in love with that build. We'll look at Kevin Durant at captain with Kawhi Leonard. That leaves you with 5,700, so you get a little more flexibility. I still want to try to get Iguodala at 54. I like the price tag on him. I still like Danny Green a lot. We can try to get Kyle Lowry here at 7,600, and then you can go with Ibaka at 5,000 or go with Cousins here. I still probably wouldn't play Looney at 56. I would probably take a chance on Ibaka or Cousins and play Looney at a 5,600 price tag. So I don't mind going with something like this. Instead of Lowry, if you play Klay Thompson, you can't really fit anybody in, so that's gonna be kind of tough. You could take Iguodala out, play Ibaka if you want, and then we'll see what happens if you play Klay Thompson. Then you have 4,800 left, so you could play Boogie right there. So that's pretty sneaky. You get exposure to 3 Warriors and 3 Raptors if you think it's gonna be a close game, and the exposure to the Raptors you get. And you also get some pretty good value in Cousins and Green, both guys that have upside. And you get exposure to some superstars like Kawhi, Thompson, and Durant. So I don't mind this at all. Another build I want to look at is with if you try putting Iguodala at captain. Still want to get Kawhi in there. I still want to try to get Durant in there. I still want to get Kyle Lowry. We probably can't even fit Klay Thompson. We're down to 3,500 left. The cheapest player I want to play is Danny Green at 44. So we have $900 that we have to make a change. See, if we take Iguodala out of the captain spot, we can take a chance on DeMarcus Cousins at 7,200. I think this lineup has a lot of GPP potential. You're getting exposure to a very cheap and very low-owned DeMarcus Cousins, and you're playing him at captain. You get exposure to all the superstars. Well, not all the superstars, but exposure to enough superstars in Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Thompson. Also, Lowry, I think, is going to have a big game at 7,600, and you get exposure to great value pieces in Danny Green. So I kind of like this build a lot. So this one looks really good, I think, for GPP. If you want a cash build, I think you can go with Danny Green on captain. Just because at 4,400 regular price, he's going to be playing like 30 minutes. Probably going to play even more minutes now that Durant's back because they're going to really need his defense on the perimeter. And he's been shooting the basketball pretty well this series except for last game. And with this game being at home, I'm a little more confident that he can at least put up like mid-20s. And he does have like 30-point upside, especially because he is a pretty good player on the defensive end. So he can get a couple blocks or steals and make up for it if he has a bad shooting game. So I don't mind going with Danny Green at captain. And then I'm still going to go with all the stars, still go with kind of the same pieces I had in the other lineup build with Kawhi, Thompson, Durant at 10,000. You can still fit in Kyle Lowry, and then you can go with Serge Ibaka if you don't want to play DeMarcus Cousins, if you just had it with him. This lineup looks really good. I think you get exposure to more Toronto players that are playing at home, which I think is pretty smart. And the exposure to the Warriors players I get are guys that have a ton of upside in Thompson and Kevin Durant, so I don't mind going with this. I think it looks pretty good. All right, so that's going to be pretty much it for the video. I'll just kind of run through each player and just offer my 2 cents in case you did not watch the other video. So I think this is pretty good for cash, and then if you want to go for GPPs, you would probably flip. I would go with Cousins at captain, and then go with Danny Green instead of Ibaka. So we'll look at some other players. Like I said, I still like Steph Curry at 11.6, although I'm going to have a little less exposure to him with this game being on the road and with Durant back. He's not going to be taking like 30 shots now that Durant's back and now that Thompson's healthy. So I have him projected for like 15 to 20 shots. He's not going to be getting a ton of rebounds or assists now that Durant's back either. So I think it just kind of takes an overall hit on Steph Curry's end, which will make him more of a GPP play, a sneakier play, because I think his ownership will take a hit. Like I said, I don't have that much interest in Draymond either at 10.6. I'd much rather play Durant, who's going to get a ton of usage, and Draymond's usage is also going to go down with Durant back. Siakam is kind of tough for me to get in there. He's just had a weird price tag at 9,600. He's cheaper. I mean, you have Klay Thompson cheaper than him. You have Durant just $400 more than him. Siakam's kind of priced in a weird spot, so I'm not going to get that much love for him. I love Thompson. Don't like Van Fleet at all at that 6,400 price tag. I like Gasol a bunch at 6,000 if you can fit him in there. Don't like Looney at 5,600. That price tag is just way too high considering that you have Cousins is $800 cheaper than him. Iguodala is cheaper than him too, and both guys I think have more upside than Looney does. And now that Durant's back, Looney's going to see even less minutes off the bench. Iguodala at 5,400, I have interest in him, a decent amount. And I have interest in Boogie, especially for GPPs. No interest in Bogut at all. Livingston, no interest in him. His price tag went up. He's going to see less minutes here. I guess you could play him if you need a really cheap play, but I don't have interest in him. And nobody down here really interests me at all, especially not anybody on the Warriors side and nobody on Toronto either, except for Norman Powell, although I'm kind of done with him because he hasn't been doing anything. So this is kind of the build that I like. After looking at some other builds, I like this for cash. And then if you want something for GPP, I would go with Cousins here at captain and then go with Danny Green instead of Serge Ibaka. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. I appreciate you guys watching, and good luck today.